Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to discuss the process to install Node.js for Angular project. Not only this, we will also discuss why do we need Node.js for the Angular project. Because we all know that yes, everyone is going to install this Node.js for preparing the projects, for developing the projects, right? But why do we need it? What are the uses of Node.js? Because we are working on a different thing. We are working on an Angular. Then why do we need a Node.js in our system? So that thing we will also discuss in this session. So by the end of this session, we will be able to understand how to install Node.js for Angular project. Why do we need it? What are the benefits of using Node.js? Along with that, we will also discuss which one is the best version to use whenever we are talking about the Node.js. Because some of you might be confused, like should you go for the latest one or you can go with the older version. So that thing we will also discuss in this particular session. But before we proceed, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because this entire playlist would be in a proper sequence and sync. So if you are following them in a sequential way, then it would be very easy for you to understand the ongoing topic. Because for time being, we are just focusing on the installation process. But in the previous session, we discussed what is Angular, why do we need Angular, what are some of the best examples for Angular, right? So these things you should be know. If you are following it in sequential manner, then it would be much more interesting for you to understand the concepts. Okay, fine. So now we are going to discuss first thing, like why we need Angular. Why we need Node.js for Angular. Okay, so the first thing is Node.js is required to install and run Angular CLI globally on your system. Yes, so if you want to install Angular CLI, in that case you will utilize Node.js, and we all know that for Angular project we need Angular CLI, and that's the reason we are installing the Node.js. Now some of you might be thinking, what is Angular CLI? So Angular CLI is a powerful tool for creating, managing and building Angular project. Yes, so if you want to build, manage and create the Angular project, in that case you are supposed to use Angular CLI, which is nothing but a powerful tool that helps us for creating, managing and building the Angular projects or application. Clear? So this is the first thing, that yes, to use Angular CLI we would need Node.js. Okay, to run the Angular CLI we use Node.js. Fine. Now this is the one reason. I think it is clear. Now the second reason is Angular project rely on numerous third-party libraries and tool. So Node.js comes with npm, which is used to install and manage these dependency. Yes, in project we might need other libraries and tools as well, right? So in such scenario, if your Node.js is installed in your system, then you are good to use npm. Now what is npm? npm is a node package manager. So that node package manager will help you to install such kind of dependencies and tools, libraries and all the required thing. So this is the second important reason for installing Node.js. Then we have third thing, that Angular applications required a local development server for testing and debugging. So if you are talking about project, for sure you are going to test it, you are going to debug it, right? So in such scenario, Node.js enables the use of tools like ngserve, which spins up a development server with live reloading. So this ngserve thing will help us for testing, deploying and debugging. Clear? Not only this, there are many other things that is provided by the Node.js. Clear? Now the next thing is Angular applications are written in TypeScript. We all know that it is a TypeScript based framework, right? And need to be compiled into JavaScript for the deployment. So here Node.js powers the build tools like Webpack used by Angular CLI to compile and bundle the application. So you can say that for compilation also, to convert the TypeScript into JavaScript, we would need Node.js. So there are so many advantages and requirement of using Node.js. Often we see that everyone is installing directly Node.js, but they are not aware of it. Like, why do we need Node.js? So by discussing these points, I think now it is clear to all of you that yes, Node.js is one of the important thing that we need for creating the Angular projects. Okay, because there are other reasons also, like Angular tools and script often required a JavaScript runtime environment. And here also Node.js provide this runtime environment for executing JavaScript code outside the browser. Clear? Node.js also support the modern development practices like hot module replacement, which is HMR, linting and testing, which are integral to Angular development. Okay, if you don't know about these terminology, it's completely fine. We will discuss each and everything whenever we are going to discuss it practically. Okay. Now there are many tools used in Angular that are also provided, that are also Node.js based and required Node.js to function it. Clear? So there are some features that is depend on Node.js. So I think now it is you have a good clarity on this thing, like why do we need Node.js. So if someone asks you in the interview, do we need Node.js for the Angular project? So you can say yes, you need it. Then if someone asks you what are the reasons, so you can share all these pointers as a reason. Clear? Fine. We are good with that. Now the question arises how to install it and which version to install it. Okay, let me show you. So just open your Google or any browser which you are using. Here just search for Node.js and just hit enter. Once you hit enter, it will show you this website where you will see that Node.js run JavaScript everywhere. So just click on this and it will take you to the main website. In case if it is updated, that means the version is changed or the website is updated. So don't worry, you will find some link like this where you can simply download the Node.js. But my question is, do you really know how to check whether the Node.js is already installed in your system or not? Maybe it is already installed. Because we are a developer, we tried many things in our projects, right? So just to make it sure that whether Node.js is already installed or not, what you can do, you can press Window key and R key from your keyboard to open the run. Okay, what key? Window and R. Once you open this run, here you can search for CMD and then press OK. Once you click on OK, it will show you this kind of screen. Here you can run one simple command to identify whether Node.js is already installed or not. So you just need to write here node space -v and then press enter. So right now it is showing Node is not recognized as an internal or external command, operable program or batch file. That means Node.js is not installed. If it is already installed, then in that case it should show that version number, because this command is for finding out the latest version of the installed Node.js. Okay, so I think now it is clear that yes, whenever you want to make sure if it is already installed or not, you can simply go here in CMD after pressing Window and R key, then in CMD type CMD, press OK, and it will open black screen. Here you can search for node-v and enter. Clear? Fine. Let me clear this thing, close this window. Alright, so now it is clear that no, it is not already installed in system. If it was already installed in the system, it should show some kind of version. But right now we can see there is no version. That means, and it is also showing that node is not a command. That means it is not installed. Now what we will do, we will install the node, but which version? LTS. So just simply look for this LTS. What is LTS and why we choose LTS? Because LTS version, which is long time support version, are more stable and recommended for production use. Okay. The current or latest version. There are two things. One is LTS, one is current version. Why we not prefer current version over why we are not preferring the current version? Because in current or latest version there might be some experimental features and bugs, and that's why it is always preferred to go for LTS. But that doesn't mean that always LTS is not current version, because LTS is also like there might be chance that LTS and current version are same. If they think that yes, this is the latest version, and if it is ready for stable to make it long-term support version, they can make it. Okay, but what we are supposed to do, don't get confused, like you can see here, this is the latest version or long-term support version, which is v22.131. so simply click on this green button and it will start. Now you can save it. So here I'll just simply click on here and just click on save. It is already in my system, so I will just click on yes again to replace it, because I have already installed it. Okay, now wait for a few seconds, it will start downloading that. Now press Ctrl J from keyboard, and from here you can open this setup and just go to that setup window again. Here you can click on next, then select this thing, I accept the agreement, next. Go with the default option. If you want to change any setting, you can change, but I would prefer to go with default one. Just simply click on next, install, then click on yes, and it will take few seconds, and then it will install your Node.js into your system. Okay, once it is done, you can repeat the same command on CMD to check whether it is installed or not. Okay, so that is the only reason to verify. Like now you can see Node.js has been successfully installed. Just click on finish, press window R, type CMD, click on OK or press enter. Black screen will come, or you can say here command prompt, we can write node space -v enter. Once you press enter, it will show you the version which is installed. So here you can see v22.13.1, and this is the same version we can refer here. It might be changed for you, because if you are seeing this video maybe after some month or after some time, then in that case there might be possibility that version got updated, but that don't worry, like you can install any late LTS version. Okay, if it is changed, that is also fine. Clear? So now it is clear that yes, Node is installed because we are using this command, which is node command, node-v, and it is showing us that yes, v22.13.1 is installed. Clear? Fine. So these are the all steps that we should follow for installing Node.js, and we know like why Node.js is important for Angular project. Clear? So yeah, that's all for today. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.